This is my production possibilities frontier. Now I'm going to explain to you the production possibilities of cookies versus brownies. So here I have my table. I put it between me and my brother, and each of us making cookies and brownies. I put it over a depth of 1 hour, 5 hours, and 10 hours. And right here, it's showing the graph. So let's take a look at my production. It takes me 10 hours, and I can produce in 10 hours 440 cookies, and in 10 hours I can produce 160 brownies. My brother Robert in 10 hours can produce 330 cookies, and in 10 hours he can produce 160 brownies. Now I'm going to answer the questions that the teacher had for us. One was, how does your production compare to the other person's? Well, I stated that my production compared to my brother Robert shows I can produce more cookies than brownies, and Robert and I both produce the same amount of brownies. So I therefore have a specialization in cookies compared to brownies. It would be a comparative advantage, which goes on to answer the next question of explain the concept of absolute advantage in your example, and which of the two of you has absolute and comparative advantage in either good. Well, I have comparative advantage in cookies because the production, the opportunity cost is lower to produce cookies, for me to produce cookies, than my brother Robert. So that's why I would have a comparative advantage. An absolute advantage would mean I would have an advantage in total goods, which means I would have the upper hand in both brownies and cookies versus my brother. However, in this case, I don't, and neither does my brother, vice versa. So since I have a comparative advantage of making cookies, me and my brother both make the same amount of brownies. So if we were to, which brings us to the next question, specialize in our comparative advantages, I could produce, if I specialize in cookies and he specialized in brownies, our total production would maximize, in which it would increase. Seeing as our graph here, I showed my line, how many cookies versus brownies in the bottom. I'm sorry, I forgot to write brownies in the bottom. This line right here should be brownies. Kind of erased it, and I don't know why. And it shows here PPF for both after trade. It's going to be my line. And showing where my brother's specialization is and where mine, when we're at the maximum amount. We spend 10 hours creating our said brownies or cookies. And this is my production possibilities frontiers. Alright, I think that about covers it.